steady point in the ever-flowing river. An island respite where the weary may rest before braving the current again. There is no need to be concerned. I do not intend to pry into anyone's fate. For now, I wish only to discern what course my own stream may take when we set forth again. Mind the divination sprites. They have a habit of following diviners like myself. They are not malicious, merely curious and willfully ignorant of house rules. No matter how carefully I lock up the night before, the crystals are always in disarray by morning. I slept in a suitcase last night.
Let me see.
This rainy season, in which the world is broken.
The age of humans has come to an end.
With the lost research on the storm and the long absence of an LSCC director, the Foundation is considering appointing a director of their own choosing.
Focus on the matter at hand. Adler already said that they're pressuring us for results.
I did hear the Foundation has been quite lively lately.
We just need to submit something that'll shut them up.
Not just something, the pre-storm protocol, and soon.
But there are still some problems that haven't...
They're simulated data. Forget your humanitarian care.
Think about it clearly, Adler. The pieces in the toy box are not objectively different from their real-world counterparts.
Is that the case this time as well? This is a simulation of the storm. Everything will reset. Nothing will change.
If you've already concluded that this is meaningless, why did you return? Time waits for no one, Bruderherz. I have to go eventually.
Wait! I also... Traitor!
Du kannst das Arcanum nicht begreifen. Du kannst diese Tür nicht öffnen.
None of us even knows what's in there, and you're saying you're going in alone?
There must be a theory that unifies everything in the universe.
Adler, just by observing it, you have become a new influencing factor on the core.
No matter what you see, don't approach it. We mustn't...
Every puzzle has a solution. And the world is just another crossword. Greta Hoffmann. Diejenigen, die nicht vom Sturm geholt werden. Wohin gehen sie, wenn sie sterben? Ich möchte es selbst überprüfen.
Never afraid of sacrifice, she followed her own path. And her fearlessness and perseverance ultimately...
Miss Marcus.
Oh, you've arrived. It's good to see you, Miss Semmelweis.
Relax. Everything will go smoothly. Where are the others?
The Foundation's memorial ceremony has already ended. It was solemn. Almost everyone came to express their condolences. They just all had to get back to their work.
Well, at least this cemetery will always remain open. I was more so wondering about those colleagues you're familiar with. Miss Kakanya, for example. I thought she'd be accompanying you.
She had to go through a few more rounds of inquiries, so she couldn't make it. She did send a bouquet of flowers, though. It was just like the one you brought. A beautifully arranged bouquet of white chrysanthemums.
And Enigma? Where's he gone off to? Weren't they each other's only family? I heard he was the one who pushed for the Hoffman Knot name. Rather admirable, if you ask me. But now, at that very sister's funeral, our Mr. Adler is nowhere to be found.
A few days ago, Mr. Enigma helped me sort through Madame Hoffman's possessions. Then he left all in a hurry. Later, I received word from Laplace that he'd barred the door to his office.
Huh. So he's chosen escapism then.
There was a mailing list among Madame Hoffman's possessions. On the train to Vienna, she asked me a question, hoping I could read its answer.
What is the best way for someone to defend themselves if they cannot use arcane skills?
I read the answer she expected. She asked because she was preparing a gift. Mr. Enigma packed the list, her documents, her ID badge, and her diary into a box. Madame Hoffman's entire life reduced to a tiny box. Then he stopped and he asked me,
Where do you think Greta has gone?
Where has she gone? Heaven? Hell? Has the storm washed them away too? Those who aren't lost to the storm, where do they go? Will I see her again someday? Will all of us, any of us, see her again? If only I'd known earlier that the gift she was preparing was a birthday present for him, then instead of taking care of me and celebrating my first day as a Foundation investigator, she could have... If only my arcane skill were more useful. If only I'd read what would happen on that stage. If only the future were written out as words on a page. I told him I hoped Madame Hoffman had gone somewhere with no storm and started a new life, even if that means I'll never see her again. In the end, he said he needed to think about my answer. He hasn't left his room since. I can understand that. I don't want to be here either. But I have to. Because I want people to know that they don't need to worry about me anymore. Escapism is a natural reaction to grief. Just because you don't want to face it doesn't mean you're heartless. Don't you think?
Look at you saying all that without stammering. You see? There's no need to worry.
Huh? Sorry. I shouldn't have suddenly...
No, you're right. Everyone handles grief differently. Let's go. I'd like to hear how your training is going. I'm sure Greta would be proud of how much her little apprentice has grown.
All right, Miss Semmelweis. Madam Hoffman was an exemplary Foundation investigator, a dependable teammate, and my dearest mentor. She never cowered in the face of sacrifice. She followed.
She followed her own path until the end.
Pursuing the truth with a resolute heart. And ultimately, it was her fearlessness and perseverance that brought us the knot that allows us to cross the storm. She inspired many, none more than myself. She gave me the courage to leave the Flennon Isles, allowing me to witness and read so many new things. So, standing here, I vow to continue to seek what she sought, what we all seek, a world after 1999. I will persevere as she did. I will keep reading, keep writing, record every experience, every feeling. I will never forget what you've done for us, for me.
Damn it, are you blind?
Honestly, is there no code of conduct among you people? You're the one barreling down the hall. Hold on. You're... Researcher Medicine Pocket?
Oh, sweet. Looks like even the little minions at the Foundation have heard of me. I'm rushing to get a sample right now. If you're here for Ulrich, try that lab over there. If you're here for Enigma, check his office. If you're here for me, get lost. Better luck next time. Oh, wait. Let me guess. You suits can't take it anymore, so you're gonna shove a new director on us, right? Or maybe one of the oh-so-generous higher-ups has finally approved our application for a new lab? Oh, or maybe you're here to command us very obedient researchers to fix you up an arc? You know, like Noah? Well, here's an idea. How about you shelve all that and let us get back to our research on edible Procrasma extract? At worst, we'll get a taste of something sweet.
That's a topic that requires a rigorous approval process and oversight from... It's not within my power to decide. I need to deliver these files to Mr. Enigma immediately. I won't take up any more of your time.
Give him this and make sure he eats it. My application's been sitting on his desk for 30 hours. Looks like the only way I'm gonna get through to him is if he experiences it for himself. If there's an emergency, just press the button on the wall, not the red one.
I see. You can follow the proper procedures to file a complaint against Researcher Medicine Pocket. The application has already been reviewed. The ever-generous assessor that I am. As for your request, based on the progress of our other projects, you can expect a response in about 69 business days.
This is an urgent matter, sir.
I understand completely. It's a pity for us both that Laplace isn't a wish-granting machine. If it truly is as urgent as you say, put the documents on the pile to your left. Make sure not to touch anything else.
Then when's the earliest?
52 business days. In principle, my department only accepts research assignments pertaining to the storm, and only the final results are delivered to us. The calculations and sample analyses you need will be handed off to other teams, but it's not like we have spare researchers just moseying around, and Laplace isn't the Foundation's personal calculator. If you have any objections or extenuating circumstances, you can take it up with our director. But of course, the position's still empty. I'm only standing in to manage the documents and affairs no one else cares to deal with. Looks like it'll be a tough job to find you a team. Close the door on your way out. You can move your own legs without your boss's orders, can't you? Get out!
I'm glad to see you're still full of vigor, Adler.
If it isn't my old friend. What are you fetching for Constantine this time? I trust the last report you snatched was to your satisfaction. If anything else in these stacks of scrap paper strikes your fancy, then by all means, help yourself.
That won't be necessary. Though I'll be sure to visit again should the need arise. Mark, there's still some details regarding the proposed adjustment to field agent rations I'd like you to confirm. Mr. Ulrich and Miss Simone have cleared a 15-minute block in their schedules. You'll find them in meeting room number 3.
Very well.
You knew of Miss Simone's return today. Most assumed she retired to the timekeeper's suitcase along with Madame Lucy. Looks like the Foundation keeps as close an eye on Laplace as they do on Manus Vindictae. Some might even say that mad scientists and fanatical arcanists aren't so different, though the former does have the small advantage of providing a handy little invention here and there.
Always thinking from a researcher's perspective, Valor. Every researcher wants an independent, undisturbed laboratory. A simple wish in theory, but difficult to implement in practice.
I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to lecture me. What's the matter?
I trust Ulrich has told you what transpired in Antarctica. Not long ago, we received reports from our field agent squads and investigators. This time, the storm has brought us to the year 1920. and to a war that should no longer exist.
The storm is hardly a perfect formula, and historical records often contain inaccuracies. Even under our current theoretical models, Arcana maintains a degree of uncertainty and unknowability. A minor error such as this should come as no surprise to you. An error of this magnitude doesn't follow any of our current models. This flood has destroyed at least 2/3 of all our prior findings.
Since the beginning, we've diligently tracked the occurrence frequency of the storm. We've also long gotten used to it abandoning any semblance of a pattern.
Because those who haven't gotten used to it are no longer with us.
It's never easy to have your world turned upside down, for anyone. It's overwhelming at first, but the more you see it happen, the easier it is to accept. Of course, some still have their objections. There have been countless debates on whether we should prepare for war.
Laplace is not an arsenal.
Our more radical members believe that, since research on the storm will continue to be lost, we should divert our resources elsewhere. The LSCC has been without a director for a long time, and the Arcanocentric Society Institutum Laurent has gone unchecked. There is reason to believe that this has impacted Laplace's research efficiency. So, to ensure our collaboration with Laplace continues to yield valuable results, the Foundation plans to dispatch a director of their own choosing.
Absolutely not.
I don't agree with the sentiment, nor do I believe the Foundation should assume complete control of Laplace. However, the reality is that, besides some perfect directing machine, the members will be the most easily persuaded if we appoint a human as director. Which is why I've come to you today. If, under your leadership, Laplace can produce a persuasive new discovery during this tumultuous period, it would help my cause immensely. Of course, no matter what, I'll continue to express my support for Laplace's independence to the Foundation.
What exactly are you hoping to achieve with all this politicking? For Laplace to align itself with the Foundation, or with yourself? You don't seriously expect a group of scientists to spend their time strategizing these things like some kind of warlords pushing clay figurines around a sand table, do you?
I'd like you to continue your research on the toy box sent by MUSI-3. Investigate the source of its power and use its simulations to push out a report. Producing a final pre-storm protocol will refute the accusations that the LSCC lacks risk management policies, and the core of the toy box may just provide the new results you need.
I see your reasoning, but why are you telling me this? Surely you aren't offering your help simply out of the goodness of your heart. What exactly are your feelings toward Laplace nowadays? Nostalgia? Or some kind of scientific idealism?
I still believe we can reach the final theory. Something all-encompassing that unifies the entire universe.
Well, in that, we've just been going in circles. In a decade, all we've managed is to return to the 11th dimension.
But that doesn't mean all our past efforts have been meaningless. timekeeper hopes to understand the situation outside as soon as possible. Once you've arrived at a conclusion, please contact me immediately. Can a scientist become a politician?
Your only choice is to kneel.
Listen up! I dedicate this song to
And you
you.
should feel proud.
An adequate
Let the
sample.
weak unite.
My next performance, Bubbles Bursting! What an awesome rocket you make!
Let the earth...
Listen to the melody of winds and waves.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
This rainy season, in which the...
Hey, Vertin.
It's Vertin! The Vertin! at Typhon's movie party.
It's always good to have you here. No matter.
Let the overture begin. Prepare to be drowned. Promise. Don't forget to comfort me. Let's play peekaboo. Wind and rain. What an awful racket you make. Rivers are the stars of the earth. My next performance, bubbles bursting. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. Please join. Listen up. Now for the crescendo. Fortissimo tutti. Please join. What an awful prepare to be drowned.
This rainy season, in which the world...
I know how to treat a new friend like you.
Привет, Miss Verton. I'm arranging the travel.
I've also got my enemy's wishes in my own way. Time to turn the page.
Advice from the lost you with the armor of the forest.
Careful with the pages.
Lost you with the armor of the forest. Penetrate.
Save my water. Metaphor? And now it's easier to understand.
I weave the gown with thorns. You shall repay with sacrifice of wounds.
That's right. I can't read to read. Hilarious!
Advice from the forest.
You don't drink this every day? And now it's easier to understand.
Reading complete. Was I helpful, timekeeper?
This rainy season,